Okay, I'm out. I'm prepping in the snow for Ottawa. I hope you can join me. We are going to have a great time at Jean-Claude's event in Ottawa, Canada. Join me March 14th, 15th, and 16th. Buckle up. It's going to be cold. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the new normal. I'm your host, Lisa Davis, aka Litecoin Lisa. Today is Friday, so you know what that means. Grab something red, grab a drink, because you're meeting my buddy, my BFF, Westwood. He's on the other side, and we always grab something red to remember everyone deployed. We are grateful for our military and our military families. It's happy hour, y'all. See you on the other side. Give us a like and share the video. Happy Friday, Westwood.
Oh, geez. All right. I'm okay.
I'm okay.
I'm all right. All right. I'm all right.
Alabama Slammer.
Happy Friday. I should make an Alabama Slammer. I don't have any SoCo, Southern Comfort. But I got a red water bottle.
A red water bottle that may have something else in it.
Hard telling.
Yeah. Good.
You know what's funny?
Budweiser sign behind you.
I got that beautiful. Got the big beautiful Budweiser sign and the little chain that's still wound up. You know, it's all original, 1986. I mean, out of the box. Anyway, thank you to. I don't want to say the lovely Charlie. I want to say the awesome Charlie. I guess. I want to say the
Actually, it was
charming Charlie. That's it.
It was his father's originally.
Yeah, I mean, that's so awesome that he was thoughtful enough to say that it would be a good place to have it and a good home, and it's been a good home, and I love it. Every time he comes back, I'm happy to stand there, and I look at it. So it's
you
pretty
guys
awesome.
Are on patrol when we're at the bar.
Soul Patrol.
Soul Patrol. That's where you guys, post up.
Yep. No, happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Not anything going on at all this week.
I was talking to you. I thought everybody got raptured or something, because it seems like everybody's like ghost. Maybe I've upset some people, by talking all my shat, that I do when I get in spaces. Got a little heated last night for a little bit, but no, I mean, it was just like nobody's around today. Where's everybody at? That's what I keep thinking. It's like it feels like everybody's like doing stuff. Maybe, like you said,
I apologize. I have been working really hard. I'm super excited about getting opportunity to speak at the Woo conference, the Beyond Mystic Woo conference. I changed my little promo because they changed the banner. Because Snippy's not going to be able to make it, and Uncle Cliff is going to be part of the Woo conference, and so they put Uncle Cliff's. My little face is right next to Uncle Cliff's face.
I saw that. I went and looked at it the other day, and it's vicariously living through you at this point. That's next week, right?
It's next week. I've never.
We will not have a happy hour next Friday because you're going to be at the Woo conference.
I will be at the Woo conference.
Okay.
I'm going to try to
you know how it is. I mean, it's hard.
From my hotel room or something, or try to stream from the conference a little bit or something.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to do something and call you or something and do something.
Oh, whatever. I mean, and that's the thing. You do a good job. You go to conferences. Well, we're just talking about this, trying to drag me out to stuff again. But you would always record the stuff and stream it on Twitter. I mean, you always did a good job of that. I never think about it, but you're always like streaming stuff. And so
I'm trying, and I want us to get back out on the road together. So, because I always love getting on the road with you. And I think it's part of like what we do well together.
I think, we definitely do. I mean, it's a good,
so that's
good tag team WWE partnership. It's like, crossing the streams a little bit. We got they used to have the WWE stuff. They'd have like male and female tag teams. It's always kind of funny. The guy would be in the ring and the woman would be in there. It's like, oh no, get out.
Yeah, we do a good job together. So that's something I'd like to do again.
Yeah, I know.
On the road, something we really enjoy, and
that day's coming. I mean, it will happen. I mean, again, it's just there's just a lot of flux right now.
That's all right. we're working through it. There's seasons, you know.
Yep.
So we'll work through these seasons. But and so I've been working on my speech a lot and working on like what message that I think you know, I was talking with JC and what his community really what would be beneficial, most beneficial for them to hear. And so I'm kind of excited to bring that message to them, and I'm super excited about it. It's going to be really good.
Take some tariffs up there with you.
I think it's a great message.
I'm sure it is, because you have like an hour, don't you? Talking about crypto and the modern world or today's world or that kind of thing.
So I'll be speaking on Saturday at 11 a.m.
Okay.
For an hour, and then at 2 p.m. with Bix and Andy
cool.
for Q&A.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be fun to see Bix and Amy again.
Andy.
No, Amy's going too, isn't she? Bix and Amy?
Amy's going. Surely Amy's going too.
I was going to say, it'd be nice to, I know it was Andy, but I was thinking Amy. And it's like, it's been so long since we've seen Amy, and it'd be cool to tell her hi, give her a big hug from me, give Bix big Bix, let's go Bix, give him a hug from me.
It's almost her birthday again, and it will be Jenny's birthday that next week.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So.
Well, that should be a good time.
It's going to be a good time. Yeah, I'm excited about it.
No pictures. Turn your phones in.
No proof.
This is not going to be one of those like James O'Keefe type deals where we're recording. Nope. Turn it off.
No, most likely not. Most likely those will be we're all going to bed early.
Yep, absolutely. By 10.
Yeah, at least.
Mm-hmm. AM.
Westwood knows how we roll. He's been there.
Oh yeah. I don't look like this there's a reason. It's funny because I go back to, because you always say on my ex Twitter, you know, I got my pinned post, you know, that you're always like, I always like it and I retweet it, and then it never shows that I've done it, and I always go back and have to like it again because it takes the like away, the heart away. And then I look at that though and I'm like, dang, that was like 6 years ago when I made that video, and I'm thinking, I did kind of look young. Now that I look at myself, I'm like, man, this crypto's really done a number on me.
I like your little wispy hair, though. I think it looks.
That is. I got the
I think it makes you.
I'm going for that country farm boy singer look.
I think it makes you look younger. I was like,
you think?
Little cute mullet.
Mom came over yesterday, and
you look like a baseball kid or something.
Something. I don't know what I am. All I can do is take the beanball. I'll just lean into it because I can't hit. So just hover over the plate. But the mom came over yesterday, and I didn't have my hat on. She's like, what's with all this hair? Because, you know, I look like a clown. I said, I'm going to let it grow out. And I'm going to dye it.
No, don't dye it. Just leave it like that.
No, like blues and reds, and it'll look like this.
It does show the retweet. It does show the retweet, but not the like.
All right. That's when I was probably 30 pounds lighter. Jeez.
If you watch the show, you know how many times I have done this.
You do it all the time.
All the time.
I know.
How many times has Lisa liked this?
I know. The lovely Litecoin Lisa liking all the posts. Liking the posts.
Yeah. And there we are. And there's double proof of it because there's a video of me liking it. Just below. Like, we do. I
don't know how that algorithm works.
Truman Show, right? This is proof.
Yep.
Proof of the proof.
Good times. 2019. That's crazy. I need to get out in the sun more like I was then, you know, out more active. This year, I'm telling you, I saw you did the gardening video today. I'm with you. I'm with you, sister. I am ready to plant. I've got storable seeds, you know, the heirloom seeds ready to go. I'm going to pot some soil here in the next, I don't know if it's this weekend, next weekend. I'm going to get tomatoes, you know, started and getting ready. I'm going to have all that stuff ready to go. Radishes, like your mom was talking about, cold weather vegetables. I love putting radishes in the ground. You can do that early. You can actually do it later in the fall. But yeah, I love radishes. Holy cow. I just eat them out of the garden.
I could just say hi to everybody.
Beets, radishes. Oh,
See, I'm not a beet or a radish person, but I love like broccoli, kale, lettuce, carrots.
Grow some cilantro if you want to detox. It's like one of the best detoxing plants you can grow.
Cilantro with margaritas.
Mm-hmm.
It's great for detoxing.
Yeah. Counter effects, it's like yin and yang.
Going to be a little strange tonight, Ron Wisnowski says. We were feeling that vibe as well.
I'm feeling it all day. I'm just like, something's off in the force. I feel like Obi-Wan, it's like, there's a disturbance in the force. Seriously. I mean, I feel like, did the rapture happen and I missed it? Which I obviously will miss it when it happens because he'll be like, oh, no, you're not done. You got, no. You're here for my entertainment. This is the bargain. This is the deal.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
There was some great news today. Trump was at the they had the
summit, the round table, or whatever it is. The guy, you got to give it to Trump. He's a funny guy. He really is. I mean, he can troll with the best of them.
The master disaster of presentation.
Definitely.
What were all the comms with the FIFA coin, which was flat and then it busts open to the world coin?
I didn't even see this. See,
I
didn't see it. Okay. Come on, man. All right, I'll watch.
Come on, man.
Play along with me here.
Okay.
Play this out.
Share this tab instead. Some guy named John, which I should know who this is, I'm sure. Shame on me. I'm sure everyone's horrified that I don't know some guy named John. FIFA. Okay, some guy named John. This little guy named John. And it's flat. New FIFA coin. And then he busts this open and it's like, whoosh. This is new for this year. And it's
first time in history this competition takes place in the United States. Opening game on the 14th of June.
On the 14th of June
in Miami.
In Miami.
13th of July this year in New York, New Jersey.
Watch.
And it's not that. It's also special.
Something special.
It's a key.
It's a key.
And because
as
you can see, if I manage to do that.
I managed to do this.
Yes.
It's English, not so good.
Tricky.
It's tricky.
It's
Trump
this
said,
is a trophy.
Notice Trump's gold tie.
Which represents, and that's why I think it's interesting to show this trophy exactly in this format, because it represents the past.
That represents the past and the future.
There is no other sports trophy which looks like that.
No other sports trophy that shows like that. The flat
soccer or
coin pass. The now
participating teams of the first edition. The stadiums, beautiful stadiums in 11 cities in the United States of America where this competition will take place. So at the same time, past, present, and projecting to the future. And if I may,
past, present, and the future.
And then I let you.
Are we going from
I would like to congratulate
2D flat Earth to
because competition will take
5D, 3D.
In the world, and we have
show me again.
Engraved the history of the game, soccer or football.
See that? What are your thoughts, Westwood?
FIFA, that's the original European football, all right? Football, soccer. I don't know. What the heck? Yeah, past, present, future, that kind of thing. I mean, you think of the coins. I mean, crypto. That whole conference.
Call it a coin. And Trump has a gold tie on.
Really interesting. I know did he wear it yesterday too? I think maybe.
I don't know. I can't.
Yeah, I noticed the gold tie. It's the golden age. It's like nothing you've ever seen before. It's like nothing we've ever seen before. The golden age is upon us.
Also, Uncle Cliff has started talking about time and 4D.
I'm kind of liking Cliff's vibe right now. He's kind of angry.
I know. I love it.
Hello, Cliff Anchorus. I'm kind of liking his vibe. He's like, all right, enough. Let's get this on the road.
I love it when he gets cranky.
I know. It's like he's swinging.
Mm-hmm. It's good stuff.
It's like, release some of these files already. I hear you. I hear you, brother. Hey, what we're talking about, you talked about, oh, we're going from the flat earth, we go into this and that. And this Elon thing, I mean, Hobby was there. We didn't get into it last night because we got sidetracked on other conversations, but Hobby was there watching, that launch at Boca Chica. And, where it blew up in the air, and you had the big falling stars, fireworks. He says, it looked like a firework coming down. And I'm thinking, did he hit the firmament? You know what I mean? I mean, I've seen that before. Who knows what's going on? I really don't know what's going on. Again, I don't know what the truth is on all that. I've never been there, and I haven't been off planet, that I can remember. So it's an interesting scenario and what we've got going on here.
Disclaimer that I can remember.
Well, you kind of lose. Well, you lose all that knowledge, that you had once before, once you incarnate, I think. And, because we're spiritual beings. I mean, I think we are. I mean, I don't believe we crawled out of the mud. So, there's got to be, if you believe that, then, there's got to be some kind of remnant there. There's got to be some kind of memory there that, as you get in this onion with all the layers, this body that, kind of, and so you got to dream your way back to it, and you got to, channel your way back to it, whatever it is, meditate your way back to it. But I mean, I think it's probably so we don't go nuts. You know what I mean? That we don't remember all the things that we brought with us, on the wings, from the wings of God, coming from heaven, and incarnating as a little baby. So yeah, anyway, that's where that comes from.
I'm having like 80s country songs playing in my head. From the wings of the snow white dove. Sorry.
There you go. I know. There's the copyright. Every time I get a copyright on, because you're simulcasting. Do you get the copyright infringement on yours?
It doesn't matter. I
always do. I open it up and it's like, what did I say?
I know. I don't make any money on, YouTube anyway. If you'd like to support my work, please subscribe to Patreon and send me a message and say, ask me a question or let me give value to you in some way.
Just
support my work there because I would appreciate it. And let me exchange energy with you. Let's have a peer-to-peer transaction.
Yes. Where's that QR code? Scan
Thank
that
you.
Litecoin code. Where's that at?
Thank you.
Put that QR code up.
I can send you a QR code.
Okay.
Let me.
You need to put it up in the corner or something. Let's see your corner right there.
Let me exchange transaction. Yeah. Let's exchange energy. Yeah. I don't know. I'm done with this third-party world. I'm done with the hijacking of energy. I'm done with the slavery system. I'm done with the middleman. I'm done with.
I agree. Who's got chickens? Because if you need eggs, don't go to the store. Go to the people that have chickens. Or get your own chickens. You're getting your own chickens, aren't you? Charlie going to take care of the chickens?
No. He's lifting heavy things and tilling dirt.
I saw him out there.
Yeah, he is not touching small farm animals or
no reptiles with feathers.
Nope, he's not doing that.
But you're getting chickens. Who's taking care of those, Nana?
Me, Nana, and I'm going to wear gloves because I don't like their feet.
Well, they're dinosaurs. Look at the feet. They're like
I am wanting to
birds
evolve.
of prey.
I understand the value that they bring. I just have a real hard time with their feet. But
poor man's protein. Well, it used to be.
Yeah.
The eggs.
I understand the value that they bring, and I am.
What breed of chicken are you getting? Do you know what type?
Oh no, have you met my mother?
Yes.
We choose our chickens by the color of the eggs that they lay.
Okay.
So we will have Nana's rainbow eggs.
Okay.
We will have dark chocolate color, pink, green, blue, speckled eggs.
That makes me think, we've got Easter coming up. We're in the Lenten season. And then, we have all these plastic colored eggs. It makes you think that, okay, is that a remnant of the past where, you had a variety of different types of chickens that lay different color eggs? I don't know.
Oh, interesting.
Is that just kind of, the modern day, hijacking or falsification of things that used to be real?
I don't know, because then we all moved to like these sterile white. Okay, here's another thing. I brought this up, and that makes me think of this. What do you think this is about? Is this about us being is this like Wow. Why am I not seeing? Okay, here it is. Is this a good thing that they are turning all of the McDonald's into these very unappealing? Why am I not seeing it? Sure. All the McDonald's now look like this. They're all being remade into these. Do you remember as kids, they were like all colorful and
Yeah. What did I say the other day, though? I mean, we've lost out of the color spectrum as we've gone through history. It's shrunk. The color spectrum has shrunk. I mean, if you look at it historically, I mean, the color spectrum that we used to use, think of the 70s, and all the psychedelic colors and all that.
Oh,
I mean, but, you even go back further. I mean, you look at the Sistine Chapel, it used to be very colorful, all the artwork and that kind of stuff. We're parsing down the color, and there's somebody did a study on this to where that we're using less and less of the color spectrum. Probably the same thing with language, we're like weeding it out, and it's like becoming narrower and narrower. And so that's kind of a sign of it right there. It's just,
well, I wonder if this is a good thing. Like, we don't want the poison.
Well, it could be because it appeals. Well, it appeals to more of humanity. You know what I mean? Because if you see certain colors, you're like, man, that's gaudy. I don't even go into that restaurant. And so I think that's it's palatable, pun intended, for more people.
Wait. You think the gray is palatable to more people?
I think so, because it doesn't offend. You know what I mean? Because some people will see certain colors like the Lakers colors. It's like, oh, that gold and purple, ugh. And then some people love it. But some people look at it and they're like, oh, I just don't even like that color. But if it's a more neutral color, people are like, oh, I don't love it, but I don't hate it.
Okay, so when I was in school a long time ago, children,
milk toast,
red and green stimulate appetite. So like a lot of restaurants,
there's a reason why they did it. Yeah,
red and green, and even McDonald's uses, and Burger King also use yellow and red.
Very big, bold, gaudy colors.
Those stimulate appetite. Yes,
right.
Red and yellow make you hungrier. And so I think this is part of the good guys winning to make you not want to eat disgusting McDonald's.
It could be. I mean, that could be. I mean, because what attracts, put it this way, what attracts you to make you want to go in there? Because it looks like a Starbucks. It looks like every other restaurant. It's like, what's the thing that's calling you in?
It looks like a big concrete.
It doesn't offend anybody, but it's just like, it doesn't really hit your emotions either. So I don't know.
I think this is maybe the good guys winning. Like, you're going to go eat sawdust in this box.
I want to win so much. I love this part of the year. And the reason why I love this Lenten season is because, Fridays, there's all these specials on, like, the local Italian restaurant, to where I can't get like a veggie lasagna or something, or a cheese lasagna. They'll have them on Fridays during Lent. They'll have like a cheese lasagna because, you can't eat meat. And so they'll, and so I like it when we have all these different specials, and I get foods that I can go out and eat at a restaurant if I want to, on Fridays only, though. It's not the whole week. Apparently fish is not meat. All right.
I can remember you talking about this every year now, because
I do. Every year I do.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
And then the pizza places, they'll have little specials on, cheese pizza, or veggie pizza, no meat, save.
Really?
The Lent thing. I know, right? What am I doing? What am I talking about? But that's coming up again. I mean, that whole Oliphantis thing is coming up again. It's like repurposing itself. Ian Carroll was on Joe Rogan.
Carroll was on Joe Rogan, and they straight up said it, and they straight up told everybody.
I know. When before, it's like, oh, you're crazy person.
And so how are you going to deny it?
Speaking of Comet, the pies, you're going to be meeting someone. Man, all the connections coming together. You're going to be seeing Jenny Moonstone. Remember that video with her and Heidi? They went to the Comet Pizza in D.C. and made a video back in the day.
They did?
Yes, ask her about it. They went. I remember watching that, and they went and they looked at the artwork and like showed up there. And
they are some of the bravest girls I know.
I'm telling you, they're in the mix.
Are going to be bunking together at the Woo Con in Ottawa.
Ottawa.
Mhm.
Well, hopefully there's good weather. I know here starting Monday, all next week, we're going to be in the 70s for highs.
It's
really
like
good.
35 there. And they said, oh, it won't be
is it?
cold. It's going to be like 5. And I was like, that is cold.
Well, I would think it would warm up because, there's that warm front. Maybe it would push up, and you'd get some of that next week. I don't know.
Let's
Maybe not.
look it up.
Let's search it up.
This is ridiculous.
Rock it up.
I am not sure which I'm mostly going to be like inside, I think. Like,
right. But, I mean, it'd be nice if it were like at least 55.
I've never been to Ottawa, so I'm kind of excited. I've never been to Canada. So I'm kind of really excited, but at the same time, I'm like, oh my God, it says 23.
Next week?
Yes.
Oh, no. Come on, man.
Your screen.
Come on, man. This dog is about to bark. I need to pacify her.
Oh my God, it says 17.
Okay. Oh, is that Celsius?
I hope not. Okay, wait. I don't get there till Wednesday. Is that all right? What day is that?
I don't know.
How do I make this?
You're going to be there during the blood moon, right?
I don't know. I
think it's next Friday, the 14th, and then the Ides of March is Saturday when you give your little speech thing.
Yes, and that's when I'm speaking. Oh my God, 9.
Are you sure you're in Fahrenheit?
Oh my God. Please tell me that's not right.
Somebody help.
I just won't leave the hotel. Ottawa, Ontario.
Light Shadow says, Clint, Canada is Celsius. 8 Celsius is okay.
Thank you. Fahrenheit. Let me change it.
She's like 8 degrees. What? Fahrenheit?
Oh.
Hey, what's the Oklahoma temperature? What's the translate for me, please?
Lord, I was terrified.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 30, which that's still below freezing.
Yes, it is.
38. 44 Friday.
No.
Saturday 48. I mean, I would go outside in 48. But I gotta have the heater on in Westwood's barn at 48.
I know she's over here. It's 60 in here, and she's like, I was like, don't you need to turn the heat on?
That's cold.
Just stand right here. Trust me, I got plenty.
It's not snowing and it's not raining, so that's mostly good. And it does warm up to 48, but these days are cold.
No, we're here. We're going to be 70 degrees all week next week. That's perfect for me. I'm like, oh yeah.
So when I was outside, when it was snowing here at Mom's, when I was doing the video, it was 30. That's the same to me as snow. I'm not sure what I'm going to wear. I mean, I'll just stay inside mostly.
Yeah, you're not going to be outside much. It'll be like, so the event, is it like at a hotel or something? Here I am. Is it like this, like that, bruh?
Yes, I believe it. Is it
at the hotel where you're staying? Or do you have to take an Uber?
To be honest,
don't know.
I'm not very good at details.
Okay. And I'm not either. It's the forest. It's not the trees in the forest. It's the forest is the important
I just said yes, and
right.
I believe it is at the place where I am staying with Jenny. And
I just know, Jenny and we're gonna roll with it.
I really hope it is, because I really hope, because I have to pay for extra luggage if not. So I'm gonna need extra shoes. And here's the other problem is that because we're in transition of moving, a lot of my clothes are packed.
Everything's not where it needs to be at this point.
Yes.
I got you.
It's fine. It'll be an adventure.
It will be fun. Choose your own adventure.
Y'all gonna have to cuddle, Jim said. It'll be fine. We're gonna have a great time. I'm just excited to get to.
I'm thinking, can I make this trip happen? No.
It'll be fun because I'm gonna get to meet some people. I always get to meet people that I hadn't met before, and all that. So it'll be fun.
No, and it's going to be, that's pretty awesome. I mean, because man, I can't believe that whole thing sold out. All the tickets are gone.
I know.
And I mean, he's got quite the following.
I have never met Janine in person.
Right. All those people that you see, and that's wild.
I have been following Janine before I ever watched Cliff High, before Mom even told me about crypto.
Man,
I was watching Janine
10 years
when I was a single mom, before I ever knew about crypto or silver or anything. Yep. Me and my single moms were watching like The Secret and, manifesting good things and all that kind of stuff. And I ran across Janine's channel. This is like 2014, 2015. No, not 2014. I was still going through my divorce. 2015, 2016. And I found Janine's channel. So maybe 2015, 2016. And so that's how long I have been watching Janine.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy.
So I'm
all the
excited,
synchronicities of all the people.
to get to meet her in person.
Yeah.
And she got like banned or swatted the same time I did.
Imagine that. You could set up some interviews and get them on your show, for like on to fill some spaces, on certain days.
I'll ask. I don't want to.
Oh, that'll be pretty cool. Say, I had this guy, I don't know, you might know him, the Clint Westwood guy, he's saying, hey, you need to come on the show. He wants to really watch you.
Yeah, I would love to.
It really would be cool to bring some of those on.
Yeah.
Because you used to do that. I mean, it's just,
I know.
circumstances. That's all it takes. Stars to align.
I'll always ask, but I'd love to have Heidi come on here too.
I know. I always liked her.
She is another one. I used to watch her as well. I was telling Mom this the other day. I watched her the same time I was watching Janine when I was single, like 2016, 2015.
Holy cow. What was she, like 18 at the time? Jeez.
Probably.
Oh, yeah, she's not that old.
Underage.
I
was watching an underage Vedic astrologer.
Let this dog out. Hang on.
Yeah. But she's so like, I love watching Heidi because she's like all business and she's just very factual with like, here's what, because Vedic astrology is just very factual. Like, here's the facts. Here's what the stars are. Here's what the dates are. Like, it's not any interpretation at all. It's just the facts, and you can like it or lump it. And
unlike Westwood astrology, I go out and it's like, yeah, there's the Big Dipper, Orion, and that's like, that means something.
Oh, and who was telling me that? Skullcap was telling me that Jenny has been talking about Sasquatch lately a lot.
I caught that show.
Did you catch that?
Yeah, interesting.
And I thought that was really interesting.
I'm telling you, I brought it up last night. I mean, in the spaces in my, wherever I was.
I thought maybe we need to have a chat with her about all that.
Yeah, there's a there. I'm just saying, I'm drawn to it for a reason. I know Paulie is. He always has been. I mean, there's a fascination there. There's a there is what it comes down to, and that's why I always tie it back to these national parks. I mean, there's a lot of them around here. Actually, I never knew how many sightings and how many documented cases, eyewitnesses that have seen them around here. But if you look at the map, I mean, look at the water sources and the trees around it, because you got to have cover, it's like, you don't want to be seen, that kind of thing. But then you have a food source, the water, that kind of thing. But I mean, there's something deeper to this whole thing with frequency, with this low frequency, what they call it, the ELF stuff. I mean, how people are affected when they see them and how they're almost like not mind controlled, but like body controlled, to where, and then, you fold that into what DARPA has been doing and all the underground stuff with all this money that's been created, and the whole UFO phenomenon that is probably mostly the vampires that run the system, creating these illusions and basically mind effing you. But there's, I mean, with the Sasquatch thing, the Dogman thing, all that, there's a frequency there. And I remember there was one case to where it's like somebody I think actually shot one of these things, and then of course, the vehicle shows up, and it's like, hey, you killed one of our assets, and it's like, wow, that's an interesting statement, and so I think that a lot of this stuff is, who knows where it comes from and what's been manipulated, and there's a frequency thing going on is really what it comes down to. And with this whole digital world that we're in, we got to be careful because our bodies emit a certain frequency, a fingerprint, these wearable devices,
I
all
think
these
it's
things.
an address. I think it's the DNA. I think it goes into.
There is. I think we all have a unique address. Like we have there it is, balloons. We have fingerprints, we have our irises, all this. We have a unique fingerprint, but I think our heartbeat, our blood flow, all that stuff can be tapped into, and I think that's what they're doing. To fingerprint.
Think about code, crypto, Bitcoin. Oh, it doesn't have to be Bitcoin necessarily. Sorry, I said Bitcoin, but DNA, address.
No, I think we all have a unique fingerprint or a unique digital fingerprint already built in.
All of those words are the same thing.
Yeah.
Frequency. All of those words mean the same thing, and it's all in different realms, or you know what I mean. I think we're all a little retarded right now because we're in
different levels. I always like to explain it because my mindset is, I can't go too deep, and I hear people explain it, and I'm like, I get it, but I can't really repeat it. I mean, as a teacher, I want to be able to explain it to somebody, and it's like I have a hard time explaining this stuff, so I boil it down to this. I boil it down to an onion, and so there's a core of the onion, and that onion, when you get to it, it makes you cry. It hits the emotional level. It's like the core of the being, but then you get all these layers and layers and layers, and it's getting through those layers or getting out of those layers. And so I kind of identify with the whole onion concept of things. And I mean, there's definitely a unique signature. You look at a tree, look at the rings in a tree. I mean, look at the fingerprints. I mean, look at how it, I always, so I don't kill myself, I get a Lichtenberg device, to where I can do all this anyway, natural things with electricity on wood and, different things.
Yes. That's where I kept saying we're the same address, but in 2D, 3D, 4D, we're at the same point in different dimensions.
Yeah.
But I was trying to explain it through Interstellar and whatever.
That movie messes with my mind because I'm like, at the end of it, I'm like, I'm confused. I'm just like, I get it, but I can't get my head around it.
Cliff email, and then I was like, well, that probably made no sense, and now I just sound brain damaged. But
I think we all are brain damaged. I think that's the vampires to like brain damages and layer the onion up.
Yeah. Yes. But that's where Heidi's in the chat, so I said, oh, maybe you and Jenny can come on sometime for a happy hour, and we can all.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah. Heidi's in the chat. Oh, good. Shout out to Heidi. I've been watching, big hugs.
Big hugs. And whoever wants to drink can drink. Whoever can partake, however they'd like to partake. But that would be fun. And then we can talk 2D, 3D, 4D, because the astrology, especially Vedic astrology, I think it would be interesting to talk about how that translates multiple dimension. Or does it? I don't know. That'd be a good question.
Probably does. We're very complex creatures, and but we're taught that we're really not. I mean, we're like, that's the whole freaking evolution thing, the Darwinian thing. I mean, and that only came around in the 59 is the origin of species. Then you look at the whole title of the whole thing. Anyway, it's all. I mean, it's dumbing down, who we really are. I mean, there's so many aspects of that in society to where it's like, oh, you're just a bunch of, amoebas that crawled out and and did great things eventually. It's like, really, I just don't see that. I just don't see that. I don't feel that. I mean, how do you account for dreams? How do you account for all these visions? How do you account for these things that we can't explain? How do you account for like seeing numbers on a lotto ticket, for instance, because I've done that before, where it's like, I got to go play this lotto ticket because I dreamed about it, but I put the wrong numbers in sequence and whatever it was, but I had the numbers, and and it's just like, where did I get this from? Where did this come from? I mean, there's this element of mystery and magic that's in us that it's hard to unlock, and they make it harder to unlock because of what they do to us. You know, look at the sky, I'm getting sprayed. You know, oh wait, I get to eat that because the plant uptakes it. You know, and then and then you got this, and then you got all these things, you know, that they do to basically dumb you down and layer up that onion. I don't know. It's bigger.
Oh, good. We'll let Jenny unpack that. That'll be good.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be great to have them on the show and unpack that stuff.
Yeah.
Because I don't have the language. You know what I mean? I don't have there's a knowing there, there's an understanding there, but it's just like, how do you express that? And that's my whole thing. You know, with my teaching background, I want to be able to like get that across somehow. And so I have to use analogies because I don't have the language to express it. I don't know how to define that term of what it is. Anyway. This is a spaces conversation, so I'm going to shut that down a little bit. And so what's going on in the world? We got a Bitcoin reserve now, right?
No, we don't, to my knowledge. So that was one thing I was trying to talk to you guys. So the way that the states work different than the nation. So
Yes.
The Texas and the Utah thing, no, they do not. It has not been approved yet because they go reverse. It's like they go. Now I'm going to get it backwards. They go Senate, House, and the nations go House, Senate. Is that right?
Well, it depends where it originates from. I mean, because the Senate can create bills, but they can't like create the money, the spending. And so I don't know. The states can be a little bit different. Let me let the dog in while I stew on it.
Okay, I'm trying to find but I've tweeted too much to find the answer. I'm scrolling.
I think it's kind of set up the same way, though, to where, one chamber has to pass it and then the other chamber has to pass it with enough votes,
but it didn't pass in any state yet, was my understanding as of yesterday.
Okay, so Texas has not passed it fully yet. So the governor has not signed it.
Yeah, and Utah had not passed it as of yesterday. But like I said, I've been working hardcore on my little...
Somebody else might know. Grok it up.
I could grok it up.
Grok it up. I've never used Grok. It's right there on Twitter, right in the middle at the bottom, and I'm like, I just don't want to.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to touch it. I feel like if I start engaging in that, and this whole AI thing, and I mean, I understand, basically what
it's a tool. Don't be afraid of it.
I know it's a tool, but
and it is not smarter than any human.
No, I know it's not, but I just want to be left alone.
Interact.
Well, I want more intrusion. I don't want more dependencies. I saw Jim Cramer the other day, and I talked about it last night. I saw Jim Cramer the other day, and Jim Cramer's Jim Cramer. He's a smart guy. He really is, but he's bought. He's a bonded guy. So he was talking about that. No, what was it? He was talking about using it, but then I looked. No, Aaron Day is where I want to go. Aaron Day was talking about Zano. How do you pronounce it? And so when he was pronouncing it with Grok, it was putting an X in front of it phonetically, so it was XANO. So he's like, I got to go back and change it. Once I grok this stuff up and write these reports and stuff that Grok does, I have to go back and like substitute the A or a Z for the X. And he's like, I mean, here I am, changing my behavior, my language so that Grok understands what I'm talking about. And he's like, it's probably not a good thing. You know what I mean? It's one of those things to where, once you start engaging with that, it's just like once you start texting, it's like FML. It's like, it's like, rolling on my, whatever it is. I don't even know the acronyms. And so we lose language. I mean, but we're catering to the systems, and you're integrating yourself and changing your behavior so that the system can understand you. And to me, I'm just like, that's it. I just want to plant seeds and be left alone.
Okay. Like I thought. No U.S. state has fully passed a law establishing Bitcoin reserve. However, several states are actively considering or advancing legislation. Utah has advanced blockchain digital innovation amendments, House Bill 230, interesting that they're using 230, which would allow the state treasury to invest up to 10% of certain funds into digital assets like Bitcoin. This bill has passed the Utah House of Representatives and is moving toward a final Senate vote. See, they have to pass the House first and then the Senate. Effective date of May 25, if approved. Arizona strategic Bitcoin Reserve Act has cleared Senate Finance Committee and is progressing through legislative pipeline. Blah, blah, 10% again. Texas has also introduced a bill in December 24 to create Bitcoin stockpile, which has passed their Senate through official confirmation, blah, 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 not fully detailed, blah, blah, blah. Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, Ohio have proposed Oklahoma's Strategic Bitcoin Reserve Act, passing a House committee in February. However, none of these bills have completed full legislative process, passing both chambers to be signed into law.
Well, there you go. So it's all just a bunch of lip service at this point until it happens.
All a bunch of hoorah, hoorah, hoorah.
Hoorah! Ready? Okay. Let me kick my leg and put my arm out stiff. Yeah.
There you go.
All I know is we got to have a Litecoin strategic reserve at Westwood. That's all I'm saying.
Hoorah, hoorah, hoorah. No, thank you. I'm good.
You ready for another one?
You just told me drink up, Shriner.
I need to get the little tassel hat. You know, the
Be
Shriner.
careful. I know where to get you one.
Yeah, that whole thing. When you start looking, anyway, do your own research.
Do your own research.
Where do they get all their money for all these little temples and little things in small towns? You know, in the hospitals and all that stuff. And I don't know, it's gonna ride around like in the little clown cars in the parade. I mean, like, what's happening? You know, what kind of world are we living in? I don't know.
Doing good things, saving children.
Doing good things. I saw this, you know, this was, I think I brought it up on, I don't know if I brought it up on the live stream last night with, on Hash It Out, but I know I did. Maybe I did bring it up on the live stream. Who knows? I'm living in this just freaking whacked out stream of consciousness right now. Christopher Green, you know, I'm not promoting him, but you know, he does a lot of live streams. He's in Hawaii, you know, he does all this stuff, but he had something, you know, I just happened to pop up and I started watching it, and he said, it was kind of a funny statement, so I wrote it down. He said, you know, basically everything's crazy. We're living in crazy town. He said, but you know what? If you really want to get rich, bet on the idiocracy. Bet on the idiocracy at this point. I mean, if you want to make money, bet on the idiocracy. And I mean, that's like totally the antithesis of what I'm here for. But I mean, I get where he's coming from because, you know, that's a lot of the frustration, because I look at it and I'm like, all you people making all this money and doing this and, you know, all this crypto and all this and whatever it is. And it's like, you know, if you like bet on the most ignorant thing, then you're probably going to win for now. But I mean, I'm not here for now. I'm here for the long game. Like we talked about, it's like, you know, this movie, I'm here for the duration. You're going to have to peel me out of that seat. You know, I ain't giving up and I ain't checking out of that theater. I'm going to watch this movie come to its end. I want to see the credits roll. And it's just like, but I get it. I mean, it's just so many people bet on the idiocracy if they want more fiat. And it's like, I don't want fiat though. I just want style money for the digital age. I just want to be left alone. You know? Jeez. But it was kind of a funny thing.
I came for the bats to swing in the spring. Right. All the things.
Wait for that bell of the spring ball to show up. I think it's this year. Coming soon.
I hope so.
I think it's coming soon. I really do.
I hope so. I think that could be very exciting.
Is Thuran in the chat?
Yes, he is.
Shout out to Thuran, baby. Come on, I got my brass knuckles.
Litecoin will be the belle of the ball in the spring.
Yeah, that's like an old post from or old data from like.
You know what I had a thought of with this cryptocurrency that was kind of this big nothing burger today.
Yeah.
Right. You know,
Doge. It looked like a big Christmas ornament, didn't it?
What does that mean?
No, have you not seen, you know, that crypto thing, you know, that he was talking about with the FIFA, you know how they unfold.
It kind of look like a Christmas.
You know what I mean? You've seen some of those ornaments that are like 3D and you look at it from different angles and it looked like a big Christmas ornament. You know, I just kind of thought about that.
I wonder did it have symbols on it? It probably did have symbols. I'll have to try to find a picture of it.
Probably a time machine.
Oh, it could be. Or a portal. With all of the certain, because it's weird that they had like, okay, it was the crypto thing, and then they didn't really talk about Cardano, and they didn't really talk about XRP. They didn't really talk about Bitcoin.
That's what I mean. You've got these different streams of thought going, and this choose your own adventure stuff. And it's like, you can go down this road, you can go that road, you can go this road. I mean, March 10th, XRP is going to take over the banking system, and everything's going to be based on XRP. So
if they chose these coins, wouldn't it be, if you're a good businessman, if you were to choose these 5 coins or however many coins they chose, I'm sorry that I don't know exactly the number, wouldn't the smartest, most responsible thing to do, the first thing you would do is to do, I got to do an interview with Bill Wagner one time, the guy who started Uphold, super smart guy. And I got to speak to him afterwards, and really brilliant guy. And he was like, I said, what's the best advice, whatever. And he was like, the first thing I would ever do engaging in other companies, I would do an audit on any company.
Let's see where you're at.
Ever.
Get to know the people, what they do, what's going on. I mean, hey, what'd you do last week? What's your role here? It's just like what's the movie?
Sense to do an audit on XRP, ADA, Bitcoin, what's the other ones that they picked?
Solana.
Yeah, Solana. And they would find out that Solana crashes all the time, that what the Bitcoin has gone down, that XRP is a bankster coin.
But XRP locked up, just like a month ago. It had issues and then didn't get reported. Nobody talked about it.
I'm not that familiar with ADA or what their history is. I think Charles Hoskins is a really smart guy, but I don't know the history.
Right, but it's still centralized. That's the thing.
But also you would know, you'd be like, well, why did they choose these coins? Well, maybe they chose those coins because, Solana does NFTs. So that's a use case.
Sure.
ADA has privacy. That's a use case. Bitcoin has scarcity and security.
Economist magazine.
So then you'd have a report, and you would say, these are the use cases and why they chose these coins. But then these are the failures of these coins. So then we would have a great report, and then we could go find a coin or coins that did a better job than these coins. I'm just making a suggestion. Real Donald Trump, please give me a call. Call me.
Yeah, call me. Call me, baby. Call me, baby.
Call me, daddy.
Oh my God, call me, baby.
I'll do the dance with you.
Yes, right. What was the magazine? The Economist magazine, where they had like the spiral looked like a bullseye that had 4 coins on it. It had Bitcoin, Litecoin, it had Cardano and Ethereum.
Was it 88?
No, that was the other one. I'm talking about a newer one. It's like 2019 or something. I don't know. Maybe it's 2020.
Oh, I thought it was the 88. The Phoenix.
Well, the 88 with the Phoenix burning. Yeah. There was definitely that with all the piles of cash, and it makes you wonder: are we really, is it Phoenix or is it an eagle? I don't know.
I wish I had an emoji when somebody said, "Lisa, you're right," and I could do like, how Miss Teen Crypto, where she goes, "Woo," or whatever.
Hey, pump it up. Come on, pump it up. I was watching Newsmax today, and Miss Teen Crypto was on there talking about the Bitcoin thing. Yeah, I was like,
Bob.
And there she was. And I was like, oh, wow, okay.
Way to go, Miss Teen Crypto.
I know. It was wild.
Multi-sig wallet keys? That's a great question.
What happened?
That is a great question. Who holds multi-sig wallet keys? Wasn't there just an issue with something that that there was a real security issue with something that had multi-sig wallet keys? And
was it Ethereum?
Dun dun dun. Whose bags are packed on Ethereum?
$1.4 billion. Billion.
Whose bags are packed?
Mm.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing, and I don't want to harp on it because I kind of got some crap about it last night. But I mean, the whole Jack Cruz thing. I mean, he did an interview the other day, KRUSE, Jack Cruz, brain surgeon guy, and he tied in some JFK stuff. And
He's probably not that smart. I mean, he's a brain surgeon.
Yeah,
What does he know?
I didn't know what's going on. He's not a rocket scientist. Well, neither is Elon, obviously. I mean, it's like, yeah. But anyway, there's I just own it. I just fire him off. But no, it was very interesting. He has some. The one thing was he had an interview with Robert Breedlove a few months ago, and I think Crypto Crow called it out. It's like, hey, you got to watch this video. But I watched. This one was a better video. It was an hour and a half long, and he talked about a lot of things as far as what happened with that Ethereum hack, so to speak. And it gets into a lot of weird stuff to where, I mean, we're talking about frequencies and how people can biohack you. I mean, so if you have like your seed phrase in your mind, I mean, that's something that can be pulled out, which is just really beyond my scope of reality at this point. But
okay, say that again. It can never be. It can be biohacked.
Yeah, if you have it in your brain. I mean, but think about it. I mean, just today something happened to me. I was talking about something last night, and then in my feed, sure enough, it shows up, and I can't even remember what it was at this point. I forget more than I've ever learned.
Is that like the Facebook thing where you're like thinking about it or talking about it?
Exactly. And exactly. And that's the thing. I mean, all these digital devices, and, he actually went back and said, what happened during Obama? We switched out of the light bulbs. It became LED, which is digital. It's not the analog style. I mean, and then remember there was a video the other, like a few weeks ago to where when the fires happened, the lights were like flickering really weirdly, but all in sync. I mean, that's your LED stuff. I mean, that's all digital. Your TVs are digital. You got the set-top boxes during Obama where it's like, we got to go digital. We got to go digital. We got to go digital. The reason why everything's gone digital is because those are things that you can control. And what they're doing is if you got earpods in, if you got an Apple Watch on, I mean, any of these devices, if they're close enough and they can tie it to you, I mean, we're talking about these biorhythms. We're talking about this digital fingerprint that we issue. And then, if this device is tied to that digital fingerprint because you always carry your phone with you, or especially if you have an Apple Watch on, or if you put the earpods in, I mean, all these things are like connecting to this bigger network that not the government is controlling, but these dark agencies within government that have unlimited money that have created all this stuff, basically since JFK was taken out and they hijacked everything. And you're basically connected to this huge matrix at this point and don't even realize it. And so, they're able to basically, know what you're thinking a lot of times. It's just really weird stuff, but I mean, it does kind of make sense. We're electrical beings, and if we're kind of tied to the electrical grid, if we're connected to the Wi-Fi networks, if we're in proximity of it, and then if you've got graphene in your body, it makes it easier. I'm just saying.
Is this the one where? Let me see if I can find it. Oh, of course, it's like there was an interview where hold on. It's part of the RFK Joe Rogan interview. They were talking. He's talking about how Wi-Fi messes with your mitochondria.
Yeah. That myelin sheath, that protects you, that gets broken down. And
how so?
Well, Wi-Fi radiation does all kinds of bad things, including causing cancer.
Wi-Fi radiation causes cancer?
From your cell phone. I mean, there's cell phone tumors. I'm representing hundreds of people who have cell phone tumors behind the ear. It's always on the ear that you favor with your cell phone.
So my sister passed away.
And we have the science. So if anybody lets us in front of a jury, it will be over.
So what is the number? Because a lot of people,
there's a lot of people with it. They're glioblastomas. That's the kind of cancers.
Glioblastoma. That's what he's talking about.
But cancer's not the worst thing. They also, it opens up. Wi-Fi radiation opens up your blood-brain barrier, and so all these toxins that are in your body can now go into your brain.
How does Wi-Fi radiation open up your blood-brain barrier?
Yeah, now you're going beyond my expertise. But what there are. I'm going to use a number here, and you're going to think it's hyperbole, but it's not. There are tens of thousands of studies that show the horrendous danger of Wi-Fi radiation. And
So this is Wi-Fi like that's in this room.
Yeah, it's
Wi-Fi
like
routers.
you should not be and you should not let your kids carry their cell phones on their breasts, particularly a woman, because they're associated with breast. They shouldn't be holding them in the breast pocket. If you have to, put them in your butt pocket. You should not be having them near your head when you're sleeping. You need to get away, and you should never put one next to your head. You should always. I will never put this next to my head. I put it on. I put it on speakerphone or use earphones. But I won the case on this issue of suing FCC and FDA about it, and the court sided with me. So now they're going to have to go back to the drawing board and do it. But the Russians. Russians know more about Wi-Fi radiation than anybody. They developed it as a weapon, and a lot of the really good science came out of Russia. And the Russians won't let kids use cell phones in kindergarten or in grade school. A lot of the schools in Russia don't let cell phones in there because of the danger. And the levels of radiation that they allow from cell phones is like 1/100th of what. And I don't know exactly what it is, so that's a number people shouldn't hold me to, but it is a tiny fraction of what we allow in this country.
So the Wi-Fi radiation is obviously different than cell phone radiation. So you're talking about people that are just in a room with Wi-Fi are being exposed to something that's dangerous?
People have different sensitivities to it. So some people are extremely sensitive. They become completely debilitated from it. And
really?
We have
from
a woman,
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, we have a woman who developed an allergy to Wi-Fi. She was in the Israeli Defense Forces, and she was in their cyber warfare unit. So she was in a room with it all the time, and suddenly she developed and she's a brilliant lawyer. And she's one of the leaders of, in this movement to make sure that they don't put Wi-Fi antennas on elementary schools, which they're doing now. There's no control over where people put these antennas. And
so what do you think Wi-Fi is doing to us since it's everywhere and since everyone's experiencing, including you? What do you think it's doing to us?
I think it degrades your mitochondria. It opens your blood-brain barrier.
Okay, so I'm curious.
And that's the key, that blood-brain barrier. And you can do it in many different ways. And he's talking about one way that you can open it up, and it makes it more susceptible to where, just like certain things in foods to where they pass that blood-brain barrier. They just boom, go right to the brain. And not a good thing. It really is. It's there for a reason. But these scientific vampires, they've created. Listen, you got unlimited money. You're gonna figure out a way to do everything that is abhorrent. Just because we want to do it. Just because we want to see what happens. Hey, let's do experiments. Just because. And we've seen that throughout history. It's like, every freaking thing that you get probably has the SV40 in it. And it's just like, really? We're still doing this? Yes, we're still doing this. And then it's all the other, things that they put into it that it's just like, it might have the good thing that fixes things, but again, there's nothing. Herd immunity is like if you look at all the charts, really, by the time they release these things, to prevent the disease, you already got herd immunity. And the thing is, and then you start, it's not just, what they're telling you. And they, since 1986, they've had immunity and, the vaccine companies. And it's just, when you start really going down this rabbit hole, it's very nefarious and it's by design. And that's the scary thing. That's really going on. And basically what it is, it's taking over your essence, your being, getting in your brain, getting into your, the eye, getting into that pine cone that's in your head, that kind of thing. And
so how many people would shut off if it meant shutting off like electricity if you knew it was poisoning you?
Yeah, I mean, that's where we're at. We have to make a decision.
How many people would put down the alcohol? How
Right.
many people would?
Exactly. How many people put down the
Because it's
cigar?
an addiction.
If you realize it's going to hurt
Wi-Fi
you, why are you doing it?
Yeah,
And
Wi-Fi
so,
is an addiction. Internet is an addiction. It's connection.
sure. It's a tool, but the thing is, I mean, the tool can be used for good. I mean, all these things can be used in a more positive way than they're being used for.
Right, but we know it's
they
being
choose to use it in a dark way. Just like I do spaces at night. And it's like we're doing this video. I mean, I'm using Wi-Fi. It's in this freaking bar. I'm just like, it's probably just if I had some kind of EMF meter, here it is just flowing through me. However, it's allowing us to connect. It's allowing us to talk about things, and that we couldn't do unless we met in person next week at an event. And so it's all about consequences. It's all about choose your path. I mean, what's it worth? Because ultimately, I mean, you can't live until you realize you're going to die. I mean, so it's just that try and milk as much marrow out of life as you can and try and leave things better than you found it, given all the inundation of evil that hits you, and you just know it's there.
You can't live until you realize you don't die.
Exactly. And that's really what it comes down to, because if you're an electrical being and all these electrical things are affecting you, that kind of proves that you are kind of this energy source. Okay, so where's that energy come from? And does it die? No, that energy just transforms itself into something else. And just because flesh and all this onion, the rotting onion peels die, that core of the onion still, goes somewhere else. Yep. And so that's why you gotta understand. You need to weigh it, and you just trust yourself is really what it comes down to. Know where you come from and identify that, and whatever name you want to call it, it doesn't matter. I mean, call it Jesus, call it whatever it is. I don't want to extrapolate my beliefs on anybody, but there is a thing, there is a there. I mean, the fact that I can enunciate these things properly after inebriating myself and smoking cigars and have this conversation. It's like, how does that happen? Where does that magic come from? I mean, it's something different. It's ethereal. That's why we can create art and dreams and have all these thoughts. And so it's I mean,
and the community, the spark that meets the next spark is what the energy bounces off of each other, and that's what perpetuates the next spark, right?
Yeah, that human emotion that you pass along.
I'm just here talking to myself. Like, I got to tell you, I have struggled. I was spending hours, not just today, not just yesterday. So I'm supposed to speak for 1 hour. Do you know how long this has been taking me to create this?
30 times the amount of time you're going to be talking on stage. You're going through it and putting it out in the universe and having the conversation. Walking around the house. Saying the same thing and rehashing it and redeveloping it.
Beautiful and positive, and that's going to be.
You're interacting. I mean, you're putting that energy out there is what you're doing. And the fact is, you'll put that energy out there next week, and somebody's going to take that energy in. It's just like artwork. You put it on a piece of canvas, and somebody looks at it, and it's like, oh my gosh, somebody put their soul and an idea on there. When I look at it, I'm like, holy cow, I get it. And then they take it in, and that's what you're going to do next week. I mean, you're going to say something, and somebody's going to resonate, and it's going to hit them at some frequency level, and they're going to be like, wow, I didn't even think about that. And then they're going to change their life, and they're going to do something different because they heard something from you.
I hope it's very helpful, but like the amount of energy that when I do it by myself, it's so much more difficult than when the community's here and we're all exponentially putting in. Like, it's just so easy when it's the community doing it, when all the energy is focused on one point, so.
Get up there on that stage and hit that limelight and flip that switch, because there are people listening. I mean, there are people out there thirsting for that thing, that spark, that connection, and that's an important thing that we all have to do.
Jim, I have slides and everything. I've been working my ass off.
Maybe I'll have some slip and slides at Westwood.
There you go. Jim goes, open it up to questions. No. I have like a whole thing. I'm very excited. I can't wait. And then I'll share it with you guys after the event. I'm super excited. Hopefully, I'm sure he'll have it recorded and whatever, but
I think he's got tickets that you can buy and stream it.
He does. You can. Thanks for bringing that up. So he just opened up a whole new batch, and you can get 10% off using the code Lisa10. And you can go to beyondmystic.com or .net.
.com or .net?
.net. Thank
I think
you.
it's beyondmystic.net. I think.
Go to beyondmystic.net, and then it says sold out, but you can get the online tickets.
Yeah, you probably got to scroll down and find it or something because there's a lot going on at that conference.
Okay. So you go to the conference page, beyondmystic.net, and then you scroll down. All VIP and all this is sold out. But then you can go to an online thing. I don't know where you buy it online. Holy cow. I'm not really sure where you buy it online. Online streaming pass. 117 early bird. Wait. I know he said he had some more online. I thought it was like 145 or something. Where is it? Where is it? Come on, John Clark.
Hit that thumbs up. We got 33 people in the chat right now.
Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate
Spending
you.
your Friday nights here.
Yes, thanks for joining us. I know there are some more tickets because he told me there was.
Lisa knows a guy.
If not, message me and I will try to get you a link from him. I thought he said there was more online ones. Or go to his Twitter. Maybe that would be the place to go. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But he said that you're.
Look at that. Look at that lineup. Freaking super friend.
Super cool. I did not fix my hair, and he made me go stand against a wall at my mother's house. And then he made me take my hat off, and I did not fix my hair. And then he made me to put my chin down and not make a face. Yes, Lee, I am presenting. I'm super honored. Like, I'm like talking with all these amazing people.
Yes.
So I'm super flattered. I will be presenting on Saturday at 11 a.m. No, not Saturday. Where is it?
Well, that's Saturday. That's what you said, right? 11 a.m.
Sunday. I'm sorry. 11 a.m. What is crypto and why do I care? Litecoin Lisa. And then again at 2 p.m. with a guest panel Q&A with Andy and Bix.
In the mix with Bix.
So that'll be super fun. Excited about that.
I love Bix. He's kind of cantankerous like I am.
Yes, I know. I would rather smile as well, but he was like, no, please do. Because he was doing that, like, wear a black shirt and do this. And I was like, I am really uncomfortable with that. But he said, please do it. So I try to be nice and do what they say. Oh, good. Jim says, I just checked. You can get an online ticket for $149. And then if you use code Lisa, all caps, LISA 10.
Put Lisa 100 in there just to see. You never know.
You can try, but I don't think that'll work. I think you'll get 10% off if you do Lisa 10. And I am really flattered that they included me on this and that I hopefully can bring some value to the community and share about my crypto journey and why I chose to get involved with crypto. And of course, Uncle Cliff is a big part of that. And my mom and learning about hard assets and my awakening to the corrupt system. So I'm really excited about sharing about that.
No, it's awesome because you've got a lot of people there who are, breaking out of that, bringing that core of the onion out there that are just, crypto ties into all that woo-woo stuff because it really is. I mean, you think about it, it's very decentralized. It's very, trusting yourself mentality. And that's how I got to boil it down. I'm just out here in the freaking glyphosate cornfields, so I got to bring it down to the level to where I can understand it. And so it's like, hey, you know what? I don't know what you want to call it. It's just you gotta trust yourself. I mean, it's really what it comes down to. And it's just, all of us need to be decentralized as much as possible. And, being decentralized means that, you trust, whatever intuition comes to you. You trust whatever, vibe comes to you, and it's just, it's great to have like-minded people like that, in a gathering to where you just, it's no pretenses and all the BS and, oh, we got to believe this, we got to believe that, we got to trust, that somebody's going to save us and that stuff. And it's like, ultimately, you got to save yourself. If you don't trust yourself and realize that you're special and you're, a child of God and you've got something in you that, and then they give us all this stuff, they present the drugs and they present all this nonsense that just clouds all that, man, remember when you're a little kid, you had these big dreams. It's like, I can fly, I can do all this stuff. And then we lose that as we get older. We get jaded, we get harder, and it's just. But we got to recapture that. We got to get back to what we really are, because and peel back all these layers, and get to that point to where it's like, live the life you were born to live. You're here for a reason, like you said, before the show. It's like, we're here for the duration. We ain't checking out. We're watching this movie till the end. And, we're going to participate in it. We're going to get on that stage and we're going to do what we have to do. And everybody needs to do that. There's nothing more unfortunate than knowing that you have something to give to life and not doing it. You don't want to be that person at the end that said, I had something to give, but I was afraid to do it because, this or that. It's like, you got to give it, and put it out there and just, hey, whatever.
You guys are helping me write my speech, because that was one of my greatest things. Like, one of my awareness or awakening with crypto was when I was working in nonprofit work. A lot of people thought, oh, how amazing, you work in nonprofit work. It must be like the most peaceful, amazing, you guys are all singing Kumbaya and everybody helps each other. I'm like, oh no, it's like one of the hardcore, like you're going to
cutthroat, baby. You're dealing with
each other in the back. Yeah. Because you're all fighting for the same dollar.
Yeah.
But in crypto, when the light went on for me, was that and Litecoin was the perfect community for this, was when I understood that we were all more together.
Yes. When we all can win. We all can do.
We all added energy. When Westwood put his Westwood energy into, he said, you know what? I believe in Litecoin. And so I'm going to take all my big manly Westwood energy and put it into Litecoin. And I said, you know what? I'm going to take my crazy LiteCoinLisa energy and I'm going to put it into the community of Litecoin. And what's that saying? Raise high tides, raise all ships.
That's it. It lifts all boats. It raises everybody up.
Yes.
And you've got a lighthouse. And I'm not saying that's some kind of cult worship thing, but it's like it just happened to be that thing that drew a lot of like-minded, decentralized thinking,
a healthy community
people together. Yes, it's a very healthy community.
Like, if you look at Amish communities or whatever, when they all move a house to, if a family is hurting, the whole community comes around that family. And being in foster care and watching, that's where our society got so sick, when we started looking to government.
Yeah.
And
somebody come save me harder, baby.
Somebody else can fix it. No, when the community comes around and says, oh, someone's struggling in our community, guess what? We're going to all come together, because then the whole community is healthy together.
Yeah.
When we all.
No, it is. You don't want somebody suffering, that in the community. And it's just like, again, I use the example, inevitably, I'm out mowing the grass and then in the ditch, there's a beer can. And I'm like, well, I guess I should wait for the county to pick it up because I pay property tax, right? And they're paid to do it. It's like, no, pick the freaking thing up, throw it away, get rid of it, do it, and it's just like, you see a problem, you fix it. Tomorrow, I got to get up early, and, community's going to help me do some things that build the community here. We're going to go pick up some repurposed wood down the road, and Dad, of course, he's like ultimate community guy. He's the guy that's not shy. He talks to everybody and lines this stuff up, and I'm going to show up with the hungover muscle tomorrow to help move it, because, it benefits all of us, and it's a great thing. And that's what it comes down to. And it does. It's very fulfilling being around people who just, being connected to the land, being connected to, real things. We all need that. And that's why we go out and take vacations and camp, get out in nature, that kind of thing. And we got to kind of, it's like you watching that video today and watching you and Charlie. I mean, it's not easy work planting stuff and growing things and, building things.
You can wear gloves and
Yeah, but I mean, it's the most beautiful thing in the world. And I told, my best friend, that this is no longer with us. I mean, he is, but he isn't, physically. And, he was a farmer. And I said, that's like the most, I mean, to me, the most gratifying thing, watching things grow, that you produce, just like your children. You produce these children and then they magically do all these crazy, weird things that drive you nuts. And I drove my parents nuts at some point, and it's just like, but we flower off and do our own thing. It's like, why are you going that way? Why is that tree doing this? It's like, I need to trim it and make it do this. And it's like, a tree's going to do what it's going to do, and it.
But they make you proud too. I mean,
and then you love it. And it's like, I kind of love that tree. It's a little kind of misfit tree. I kind of like that tree.
Yeah. It's exciting. I mean, and we're all here for this third act of the movie.
We're getting close.
Couldn't miss it for the world. So I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be here with all of our friends and family, and I can't wait. And I'm grateful for everybody.
Go check out Lisa. I mean, if you've got, you don't want to, live stream it next week. If not, take some videos, Lisa, and post them to your channel. And
I will. I'm thankful for all.
Bring back some interviews and bring back that energy to your channel, and everybody keep tuning in and subscribe and. Just be a part of it. And then ClintWestwood.net, right here, June 20th, we're going to have a meetup live in person. So
I'm not sure what's in there. I'm sorry. My family's very hungry, and I'm going to go make them some taco soup. I love you all.
Sounds good.
And I'm very grateful. Thank you to all of you watching. We have 512 people watching. I'm super excited. Thank you all for sharing and liking and being a part of growing the channel. Super grateful. Please come back again and watch. Please like and subscribe. And we will see you all in Canada. And I don't know. Keep watching. Keep tuning in. And we'll see you all mañana.
You keep on watching. We'll keep on watching.
Watching. Oh, Lord.
My hidden treasure chest, golden grand piano, my beautiful Castillo.
Okay, I'm out. I'm prepping in the snow for Ottawa. I hope you can join me. We are going to have a great time at Jean-Claude's event in Ottawa, Canada. Join me March 14th, 15th, and 16th. Ottawa, it's going to be cold.
For you, ooh, I leave it all.